By 25, Valeria Torres had conquered courtrooms Silicon Valley titans feared to enter. A rising star in patent litigation, she spoke fluent legalese and dressed like every hour of her day was billable. Her Stanford law degree hung behind her like a shield. In courtrooms, her razor-sharp intellect could dismantle billion-dollar corporations. In boardrooms, CEOs hung on her every word like it was gospel. But when the sun dipped behind the Santa Monica skyline, Valeria's truth emerged, behind a cloud of grilled carnitas and the hiss of oil on a flat top. There, tucked into a nondescript parking lot, was Casa Torres, the taco truck her grandmother Rosa started after fleeing Jalisco with 2 kids and a dream. Valeria grew up inside its aluminum walls. Her first scars weren't from court battles. They were grease burns earned flipping carnitas under fluorescent lights. By day, she was Attorney Torres. By night, just Val, hair in a messy bun, salsa stains on her apron, whispering orders in Spanish, and laughing louder than she had in years. It was a double life, sharp, compartmentalized, and carefully guarded. Only 4 people knew the truth. Abuela Rosa, who still ruled the truck with a wooden spoon, her cousin Miguel, their social media guru who turned hashtag Birria Mondays into a local obsession, her best friend Sophia, who picked up shifts when court called, and her younger sister Elena, whose resentment brewed in silence. Not even Min-jun Kim, her fiancé, had a clue. Min-jun, sharp-suited, soft-spoken, and son of a Korean tech dynasty, believed Valeria was born and bred in boardrooms. He knew she argued billion-dollar deals and drank aged wine, not agua de Jamaica. He proposed at a tech gala in Tokyo, and Valeria said yes, half from love and half from the relief of being seen as enough in his pristine corporate world. That fragile lie began to unravel one Tuesday evening. Valeria had just closed a brutal deposition. Still in her hoodie and jeans, she made a beeline to the truck for the dinner rush. Her phone buzzed, Min-jun. Surprise! Let's do dinner. That fusion place just opened up. I'll swing by in 20. Her stomach sank. Her apron was stained. Her hair reeked of onion. I can't tonight, she texted back. Case preparation, rain check? There was a pause. Min-jun. Of course, another time. He didn't call again that night. The second close call came the following week. Valeria was elbow-deep in marinade when Elena burst in, eyes wide. He's here, Min-jun, across the street. Valeria froze. What? Lunch with investors, I think. He's headed this way. Heart pounding, Valeria looked down at herself, grease-smudged tea, tortilla flour on her cheeks. Distract him, she begged. Elena narrowed her eyes. Another lie? I'll explain later. With a grimace, Elena slipped out and intercepted Min-jun. Valeria peeked through the vent window. Elena smiled brightly as she chatted him up, redirecting his attention. He laughed, nodded, and walked away. Disaster averted, barely. That night, Valeria lay beside Min-jun in bed, watching him sleep. She loved him. She loved her family. Why couldn't she have both? But every day the lie grew heavier, pressed tighter. The explosion finally came during a Saturday quinceañera. They'd scored a big catering gig, and Valeria skipped a brunch with the Kims, claiming a legal emergency. In truth, she was loading trays of flautas into the warming rack when Carlos, Min-jun's assistant, appeared in the crowd. Valeria ducked instinctively, whispering, "Elena, cover me!" But her nerves betrayed her. Reaching for a hot pan, she slipped, and boiling oil splashed her forearm. She stifled a scream, eyes watering. "Mija!" cried Rosa, grabbing her. "We're going to urgent care." "No, I can't. Not like this." But Carlos was already at the window. "Ms. Torres?" He blinked. "You work here?" Valeria didn't answer. She couldn't. Her double life had just been exposed, by accident, by grease, and by a quinceañera. Later that night, in a sterile hospital room, Min-jun showed up, his face unreadable. "You lied," he said quietly. Valeria looked down at the bandage on her arm. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you. You said your dad exports artisanal goods. He does. Tortillas and salsa. From that truck. Min-jun's jaw clenched. My parents think you're up for partner. That you dine with senators. You chop onions in a parking lot, Valeria. I pay my mother's chemo bills in that parking lot. He flinched. For a second, guilt clouded his face. Then it vanished. You don't understand, she whispered. I've been code switching since I was 5. I can out-debate Stanford alums in the morning and make tamales at night. That truck is just as much a part of me as my JD. But you didn't think I could handle that? Valeria hesitated. I didn't think your parents could. Silence settled between them. Min-jun stepped back. I can't marry someone who hides half of themselves. My mother's not perfect, but she's never lied to my father. You haven't lived in my shoes, she snapped. Your family was building tech startups. Mine was selling elotes to keep the lights on. His expression hardened. You made your choice, Valeria. You chose the lie. Min-jun was quiet for a long moment. When he spoke again, his voice was low, determined. I love you, Valeria, all of you, but I can't marry someone who doesn't trust me enough to show me every part of themselves. He turned to go, then stopped. I'll be back next week. You have until then to decide, Val. Either we move forward together, completely open and honest, or we go our separate ways. The choice is yours. Me or your secrets. Days passed. The ring sat untouched on her dresser. The truck stayed parked. Even her abuela noticed the silence. Then came the text. Mrs. Kim, end this embarrassment. Or, I'll see that Stanford revisits your ethics filing. Discreetly. Valeria stared at the screen as her hand trembled. That night, she sat alone inside Casa Torres. The grill sizzled behind her. Rain tapped the metal roof. The diamond ring glittered under a flickering light. She placed it on the counter and watched it spin to a stop. Her mother entered quietly, chemo scarf wrapped tight, eyes gentle. ¿Estás bien, mija? Valeria didn't answer, just leaned into her mother's embrace. 2 lives, 2 truths, 1 decision. The next morning, she stood in front of the truck, press release in hand. The headline read, Casa Torres expands. Attorney Valeria Torres launches community legal clinic by day, food truck by night. The article ended with a quote, I am not half of anything. I am whole. Lawyer, daughter, granddaughter, Latina. This is me. Min-jun never called. But as the first customers lined up, as Miguel live-streamed their comeback with #SpicyTruths, Valeria smiled. She wasn't hiding anymore. Not from anyone. She thought the worst was over. Until that night, when Elena barged into her room, face pale, voice shaking. Val, she whispered, you need to see this. On her phone screen was a video, grainy, clearly filmed without permission. It showed Valeria in the food truck, arguing with a health inspector. The caption read, Stanford lawyer or street vendor scam artist? Who is the real Valeria Torres? And beneath it, the name of the account, at Korean Dynasty Leaks. Valeria's stomach dropped. Her past wasn't the only thing threatening to destroy her future. This time, someone was playing dirty. Who is that someone? Find out in part 2. If this story resonated with you, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your experience. Hit the like button to show your support, and share this video with someone who's had to make a tough choice between love and who they are. And of course, subscribe for more unfiltered stories.